Another quarterback on the move, potentially Aaron Rodgers, goes on Pat McAfee's show, talks about it all the time. Every Tuesday, his off day, very candid, breaks down everything. I got to listen as Aaron Rodgers is probably going to win the NFL MVP. Max Kellerman sits here and says, well, I'd rather have Justin Herbert than Aaron Rodgers. That doesn't even make sense to me. It doesn't even resonate. Okay. You're talking about one guy who is wildly accomplished, very successful in the regular season, has won a Super Bowl, and has had playoff success, has been to numerous NFC championship games. Just because he hasn't gotten over the hump more than once, it doesn't make him bad. That's happened to a lot of guys. It's happened to a ton of players of being able to struggle. You look at Drew Brees, his playoff record is better than Drew Brees's with won Super Bowls. You know, it's hard. We compare him to Tom Brady. That's fool's gold. His contemporary. He's the gold standard of athletes everywhere. And so Aaron Rodgers has been great, just hasn't achieved that. And that's fine. And there's still time. His book isn't yet written. And so Aaron sits down and talks very candidly. And this is something I also think is true, where said some people he thinks were cheering against him this year, waiting for him to lose and to fail, just so they could be able to get out the slings and the arrows and throw them back at him. Why? Well, because maybe the preseason stuff, because he said some things during COVID that people didn't like, because he wasn't vaccinated. Used the term immunized, felt like he lied to you as if this is like a spouse or a parent lying to you, someone you love and trust. He didn't lie. He misled. He knew what he was doing, obviously. But people have been waiting for this to jump on it and to make this point. And I believe that that's partly true. Aaron believes it, and I think it is as well. And so is Aaron back in Green Bay? It'll be tough. It'll be really hard. They've got some cap issues. It'll be hard to bring back that same team. You know, where could he potentially go? We'll get into that later. I would like to think that he'd stay in the NFC because it's an easier path if you look at how great some of these young AFC quarterbacks are. But I do know this, and this makes perfectly logical sense. You know, Davante Adams' contract's up. I think him and Aaron are both back in Green Bay, or they're both gone from Green Bay. I can't see a scenario where Aaron returns without Davante, or Davante returns to Green Bay without Aaron. And so either they get that thing figured out for Aaron and find a contract for Davante, or Aaron's going and Davante's going. And maybe Aaron's going to go anyway. And if he leaves, well, Davante's leaving because I don't think he wants to stick around for the Jordan Love era. So all of those things are going to be interesting to see, because Aaron said he wanted to make this decision, you know, before the start of free agency to really give his buddy Davante Adams a heads up. I give him credit for that. People want to talk about how can people like him in the NFL. His teammates love him. He's giving a dude a heads up, and it's really for the franchise as well. And I think him and Brian Gutekunst have mended fences. And so he wants to do that beforehand and before free agency to give them the heads up. And hopefully they can get something worked out with Davante Adams. I think he probably wants to stay if they believe they can keep it all together and get it moving in the right direction once again.